we're going to solve a system of linear equations using the substitution technique. Now, one thing I like to do is I like to number my equations. So I'm just going to number those 1 and 2 just to help keep track of them more easily. So our first step, as you can see, is we're going to solve one of those equations for one of the variables. Now, it does not matter which equation or which variable. Ideally, we'd like to pick the easiest. So we could do, I would say, either equation 1 for y or equation 2 for x, just because those are probably the easiest. I'm going to go ahead and solve number 1 for y, but again, you could certainly do it the other way as well. So now that I have that, my step is to then plug that into the other equation. So I'm going to plug that into equation 2. So instead of saying y, I'm going to put negative 2x minus 11. My goal is to get an equation with just one variable, because this is now something we should be able to solve. And that is what our substitution technique is. I'm substituting that in instead of y. So let's go ahead and solve that. Let's distribute. And then adding up like terms, I've got negative 5x. So let's add 33 on both sides. And I am running out of room, so let me put the rest of my work up over here. That's going to get me 25. And then divide by negative 5. And looks like I've got x is negative 5. Now we're not quite done yet. We had two variables to start with. We would like to find both of them. So I have x. To find y, I'm going to go back to this equation. So y is negative 2x minus 11. So let's put negative 5 into that for x. And looks like I get that y is negative 1. Now we have our answer, but we do always want to write our answers as an ordered pair. Hold on, I'm going too far to the screen there. So negative 5 comma negative 1, the x is always first, and the y is always second. So there's one example. Let's go ahead and now try another one. Again, I like to number my equations. That's just something I like to do. Now here, it's not going to be quite as easy to solve for one of them. I'm going to go ahead and let's try solving equation 2 for x. We could certainly also do 1 for y. That's just what I'm picking here. So I'll get negative x is negative 3y plus 10, but I do still need to multiply by a negative 1. So I'll get x is 3y minus 10. So again, it might take us a step or two to do one of those solvings. And again, I've solved for whatever looks easiest. So now we are going to plug that into the other equation, which this time is equation 1. So again, instead of putting the x, we're going to put 3y minus 10. That is my substitution step. And again, I should have just the one variable, which I can now solve for. So let's go ahead and solve for that. Let's distribute. And that's going to give me 20y minus 70 is negative 10. Let's add 70. And oops, I've gone off the screen. Let me come over here to finish solving that since I am running out of room. That is going to get me 60. And then dividing by 20, I get that y is 3. Now again, I'm not quite done yet. I've got to find my other variable. So again, x is 3y minus 10. So let's plug that 3 into there. And looks like I get that's x, is negative 1. So my final answer, again, I write it as an ordered pair, is negative 1 comma 3.